Cancer, welcome to this reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, though you might find it resonates more if Cancer is your moon or rising sign. We have the Six of Cups, Five of Cups reversed. Okay, I think this person so far is saying they need their inner child to be recognized. They need to feel a connection that is like soul deep, you know, an emphasis with the Five of Cups reversed on the Two of Cups. They need a connection here. They need a situation that's going to honor their inner child, be healing for their inner child, that's going to help pull them out of this almost apathetic, hopeless funk that they may have gotten into, whether it's just recently or in their adult life, perhaps because they've become jaded in relationships or something like that. But they need room for their inner child to come out and play and to be seen and, you know, to be connected with here. Okay, Six of Pentacles, we have the Empress reversed, Taurus and Libra, we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands reversed, we've got the Two of Swords reversed, and we have Strength, Leo energy there. What's on the back? Four of Pentacles. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I think you're going to hear this and be like, well, I've been doing this. This is someone who needs for you to be persistent and patient with them. Now, this is what they're saying they need. It's not so much what they want. So there could even be times where you have been persistent, you have been patient, you are being those things, and they've even seemed to push you away. I'm seeing this person has a real separation almost between this inner child that wants recognition and this adult version of themselves that they're putting out there. Have a look. I mean, this card says it, shows it and says it really well. We've got this child version of this woman who is in this world of make-believe, sitting in the suitcase, you know, with these almost like pilot glasses, goggles on, just having fun. And then we've got the adult version that, you know, she just looks worn out, tired, completely fed up. There's a real difference between the two here within this person, and they're saying what they need is for you to try and persist in connecting with this inner child, because this inner child is longing for recognition, but you've got to almost get through this icy exterior of this disconnected adult version of them. Now, remember what I said at the beginning, just because they need it doesn't mean you have to provide it. If you've been trying, you know, you're not here to save anyone, you're not here to martyr yourself or anything like that. So you can watch this just as information, like an FYI sort of thing. You don't have to do anything with this. But yeah, that's what they're saying. They feel that they've maybe had a lack of nurture in their life. We've got divine feminine energy here reversed. So this could look like whoever their parents or primary caregivers were, maybe there was a lack of nurturing energy. And I'm not just looking at like a mother figure here, I'm looking at adults around them. Maybe this is someone, even as a child, they were taught, you know, suck it up, stop crying, be strong, you know, yes, we're all suffering in life, just get on with it, stiff upper lip sort of thing, because we've got strength here as well. So what would really make this connection and relationship stand out to this person, or what does already make it stand out for them, is that the energy you're bringing or the way you're interacting with them is connecting with this inner child, is saying to them, you can play, you can be free, you can experience all of your emotions, you don't have to keep it all within, you don't have to only be this version of yourself or that version to be loved and appreciated and seen by me. You can be any which way you need and want to be in any given moment. And I feel this is something you've already been doing. You've been patient, you've been connecting with them, you've been making space for them to be their authentic selves, but I think there's been some pushback here, and I think that's why they're saying, even if I have suggested I don't want this from you and I've been uncomfortable, I have been uncomfortable. This level of acceptance is unfamiliar to me, and it's triggering, and it's making me want to show up in ways that I'm deep down afraid of, because in the past I was rejected for showing up in these ways as my true self. But I need this. This is very healing. This is making me feel seen and appreciated and loved, and I am actually grateful. I feel as well they might want your sort of playful inner child energy to come out and join with theirs. So it's not that they're looking to be parented. It's not like if they didn't have that divine feminine nurturing energy growing up that they want that for you as a replacement. It's more just like wanting wanting to know it's safe to be upset or silly or playful, or maybe to be angry but then to calm down and then talk something through, whatever it is they couldn't be before, that they can be this now. And the divine feminine energy is shining through more as acceptance, or I can meet you where you are. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you're sad today, well, you need to sort that out because I'm happy and you need to meet me here. It's more, it's not mothering, it's really more acceptance. So if we think of divine feminine as a state of being versus an action of doing, that's kind of what they're saying they need here. So it could even be going at their pace. We do have the Eight of Wands reversed. Now when it's upright, it's speed, it's movement, it's progress. Reversed, this could be someone who, at least for right now, is kind of slowing things down, taking some time out, taking things slow, and they're saying they need and would appreciate, if you were able to sort of meet them and work on their timeline for a bit. And I can feel some of you literally laughing, like, hilarious, this is what else have I been doing, what else can I do, so that could be acknowledgement, saying, look, this, as long as I'm taking, as frustrating as this is, I do appreciate this. This is not something I've had before in connections. I've always had to shape shift, and as a result I've become, this strength energy. But I'm surprised it's not reversed, to be honest. It almost feels like it's not a healthy feeling I'm getting from this card within this context and this spread. It's almost like strength at all costs. Even if I'm drowning within, I'm going to show up as strong, determined, focused. I don't have emotions, I am just strength personified, that's it. So it's like they need that recognition that there's more depth, that I think you have been showing them, and they're kind of saying, please keep up with that, even if at times I don't seem grateful. We can look at this woman, the adult here, and we could say she's not even noticing us, she's not grateful, she's just she's not even doing anything to help herself. But look at her inner child, it's having fun, it's playing here. So they do notice, they do appreciate, and I think they're saying, yes, this is what I need more of. Okay, anything else then? Let's see, anything else? Four of Pentacles on the back. This is someone who really holds a lot within. I think as well, this is someone who, because of perhaps the either absent divine feminine energy around them growing up, or the distorted divine feminine energy, they have maybe a pretty difficult, even toxic relationship with their own divine feminine energy, whether they are a man or woman. And this is something I think they're balancing out and healing, but it's like, I don't need you to do this for me again. I don't expect you or even want you to parent me, but I really do need and appreciate being given the room to explore this, to figure out the balance, to learn, to grow, and to integrate my masculine and feminine energies for myself. So really this is about patience, acceptance, compassion, and I feel this is what you've been providing. And they're saying, yeah, I really need this, I'm thriving on this. I may not show it, I may even do the opposite, but I am appreciative. Okay, we have the Hanged Man reverse, Pisces. Yeah, look at this, the Emperor in reverse, Aries there. And we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yes, the child. All pages can be children, but for me, it's, I mainly look at the Page of Pentacles as the child, Pentacles being that manifested energy. Yeah, this person's working out within themselves, the masculine, the feminine. Hanged Man in reverse. I feel they've really grown a lot within this connection. So many things they haven't shared with you, so many things they haven't even been able to articulate even to themselves. It's more of a feeling, a knowing, an awakening, an understanding. Reversed, it tells me they're actively pondering these things, growing into themselves, exploring with different ways of showing up in the world. And sometimes, both masculine and feminine here, Emperor and Empress, are reversed. Sometimes they might lean too much one way or another, but it's like they're trying to play, figure it out, find out what is the healthy balance here. So yeah, okay. So that's their 3D self. Let's have a look at their 5D self. And how this might look, you know, the imbalance, it might be sometimes they come on strong, sometimes they pull back, so it could look like hot and cold behavior. It could be sometimes you think they need to put more effort and they don't. Sometimes you're thinking, gosh, this person's being, you know, really keen right now, whether it's actually, you know, seeing you, writing to you, connecting with you energetically, and you're confused, like, what's the purpose of this? I'm not sure why we're having so much contact. It could be them trying to, you know, as I said, work things out, integrate the energies within themselves. And I wonder if in the past, in this connection or relationship, you may have found that you might have been overcompensating in one of these areas for this person, and they may have been overdoing it in another area. And they could even be, I'm hearing they could have been a tower moment, because Spirit was looking on like, no, that's not how this can move, you know, this cannot move forward in this way. We need to reset the foundation, reset the balance, and both of you need to be healed, balance your masculine and feminine energy within yourselves, and then we can restart or keep moving forward. It doesn't have to have exactly looked like that, but there could have been something that was oh, I'm channeling quicker than I can speak. There could have been something that was a surprise, something unexpected here that kind of put a stop to things or really shook things up. And it maybe you're in complete no contact now, not speaking, not seeing each other for some of you, and there are lots of changes going on while you're in these sort of separate spaces. But then when you come back together, and I do feel like that will happen, whether, you know, you want this to move forward in a relationship or connection or just for closure, whatever it is, I do think there will be another interaction here, and that this will come back together. I feel that you may both be showing up differently or interacting with each other differently, which will make the connection run, I'm hearing, more smoothly between you. I just saw death here, so we've got Scorpio, but yeah, we have this ending, this transition, self-reflection as well during any times of isolation or separation. Okay, so from their higher self's perspective, what does this person need within this connection or relationship? I know I keep saying it, but I just feel it's really important to say, you know, none of this means you have to do anything. Ace of Pentacles, okay. Six of Wands. This person, their higher self is saying they need to be proud of themselves. They need to be the one to pull through opportunities for themselves in their life. It's almost like they need some kind of external success. And it's not because we need that for validation. So it's not like in place of feeling successful within, they're just going to keep making money or getting promotions or buying new cars or whatever it is outside. It's not that. It's more that I think this might be someone who in the past or for most of their life maybe has felt insecure about how they have manifested in the world, whether it's how they've interacted with people, the relationships and friendships around them, something to do maybe with school, education, work. It's just their perspective of themselves. It's almost like externally they felt like, okay, I'm fronting pretty well, no one knows, I'm looking okay here, but I'm not that proud of myself. And it could even be, you know, let's say, doesn't mean objectively they're doing terribly. It could be that someone objectively does have a fantastic job, home, whatever it is, but because it's not in alignment with them within, it doesn't feel like success to them. It doesn't, you know, they're not proud of themselves. So there's some way in which they need to start or to continue to manifest an external physical reality that does make them proud within. Really, it's about confidence. It's about saying, gosh, I did that, I can do that. I haven't just been pretending to be strong. I actually am competent and strong, and I am strong when I fully engage with all of my emotions, all aspects of me, when I don't shove a bunch of parts of myself into my shadow because, you know, that's what I had to do to survive when I was younger or something like that. Okay, what do they need? We've got the High Priestess reversed, more Pisces there. Seven of Coins reversed. I'm hearing again, this is someone who Oh gosh, it's not funny, but it's just, I think maybe you've been exhausted at times within this connection, because the very thing they need is the very thing they've rejected and pushed away, which is you seeing and fully accepting them for who they are, because it's easier and it's more comfortable for them if you in the past would have just connected with this image of themselves they were projecting out there. But it's like you refused. You were determined to be authentic to this connection, and that's exactly what they needed and appreciate. But I feel like it's really freaked them out in the past, or they've rejected it, or they've told you were crazy, or, oh, you've got me wrong, I'm not that kind of person, or this isn't this kind of a situation. Okay. I'm hearing the letter T. T is important. Someone's first name could begin with a T. Yes, you see, Six of Cups reversed. This is childhood, but for me, when this card's reversed, it's like we're putting something in the past once and for all. This person needs to, it's like they've got to do this for themselves. They've got to achieve something, do something, overcome something, some kind of barrier that I think they erected in childhood. They've got to tear that down, overcome it, leap over it, whatever they need to do to get past it, and manifest something now that's coming from this place of balance, of them being in their fullness, not just whatever they think they need to be. So self-acceptance, balancing out the masculine and feminine, achieving something that they are actually proud of in the 3D. Maybe in the past, they did what other people thought they should do, whether it was studying something, practicing something, some kind of work, even relationship partners they may have chosen based on what they think their friends and family would approve of. They've got to do something for themselves here. Yes, Seven of Cups reversed. This is someone who has many goals, many dreams, and I think many of them have remained as dreams, fantasies that they've really kept private to themselves for fear of being rejected for them. So if you're wondering, in a very practical way, if you're in connection with this person or in a full-blown relationship and you're feeling that there is a feeling of things being stalled, or you want to take it to the next level, or you want to connect in a deeper way, or let's say it's a connection and there's no contact and you want to reconnect with them, in terms of timing, you might be thinking, when is this going to happen? When is this going to come back together? When are we going to take some kind of next step towards further commitment or becoming closer with each other? I think it might be after this person has achieved something in the 3D. So that could be a sign. If this person tells you or starts posting about, I've got a new job, or I managed to buy this car, or I don't know, whatever it is. And again, these things can sound shallow, but like with the car example, maybe they've never owned a car, and for them, they've worked hard, they've saved up all their money, they've got this car, it's a symbol of it, it means so much to them. So whatever it is, if you start seeing something like that, that's a good indication that this person has done so much work, inner work, they're balancing themselves out, they're acting from this place now of true authenticity, it's manifesting in the 3D, they're going after some of these real goals and dreams. That's going to be your indication that this is moving closer towards the reconnection or the next step in the development of this relationship. Okay, what else from this person's higher self? What do they need in this connection or relationship with my viewer? It could also be, I'm hearing they pass an exam or something like that. Okay, Justice reversed, Libra, and then we have the 8 of Swords reversed. I feel for some of them, their higher self is saying they might need to go through therapy. I don't know if they're doing this, speaking with someone. Obviously, this isn't really what they need from you. But just as a side note, there are going to be varying degrees of... Okay, I think this is, as I've said, this is someone who in their childhood was done some kind of injustice, and it could just, there's a scale, right? It could be just that their parents or caregivers were loving and caring and doing the best they could, and without realizing it, through their own mindset or wounds or whatever, showed your person here oh, you need to show up in the world this way, not this way. And it was, they were well-meaning, they weren't trying to be unfair. Right through to your person here really went through some horrendous things, and they are rightly feeling like that was bang out of order and absolutely unfair on me to go through that as a child. So, or it could be somewhere in the middle, but the fact is, whatever happened, whatever end of the scale they're on or leaning towards, whatever happened, and their higher self is saying they've now got to work through and process this if they don't want this to continue to impact the rest of their life. And one way, could be through therapy, which again, the higher self would be saying they're going to need some time to go through this process, some consideration, compassion, patience, all the things you've been giving already. Okay. I also feel, now this is a very specific message, for some of you, if you know your person is part of a group, it could be a work situation, so a place of employment, it could be something religious, it could be something to do with, it could even be like a group of friends or peers or their social group. But it's almost like, I don't want to use the word cult because that's like a lot, but it feels like that. It feels like if you're part of this group, you're part of it. There's no, you can't be in and out or here sometimes and not. If you're in, you're in. It's very difficult to get out. And how this group looks at the world is like right, wrong, and right is however the group does it, wrong is how everyone else does it. So it could be any kind of institution or group that your person is affiliated with strongly, and their higher self is saying they actually need to get out of this, they need to break away from this. That's not going to be for everyone. Let me clarify. 7 of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Swords reversed. Look at that, Judgment in reverse. Yeah, they need to have some kind of a breakthrough. And look what's on the back, 4 of Coins reversed. Yes, they need to reveal more of their true self. So I think overall the message is, from your person's 5D self and their 3D self, so their conscious self is saying to you, I know what I need here is not what I've always wanted, but I want you to know I'm grateful. I want you to keep connecting to my authentic self, even if I try and show you the mask that I present to the rest of the world, and I try to get you to connect with that and buy into any, misdirection or lies, or, if I try and put you off, or if, whatever I'm doing, I actually need for you to keep ignoring that, or telling me to cut it out, or whatever it is you've been doing, just keep connecting with my authentic self, and saying that they're grateful. Their higher self is saying, yes, they need to keep moving forward on that journey and actually start to manifest a 3D reality that aligns with this more balanced, healed, whole self. And a sign, actually, in terms of timing, is seeing them have some kind of a success that they're really, really proud of, and that everyone's sort of like proud of them for. And then, in a few cases, it could be, as I said, that your person's affiliated with some kind of a group that's really controlling. And their higher self is saying they've got to break away from that. But yeah, okay, so I feel what they're asking for is things you've already been doing, and really they're kind of just trying to say, look, I'm trying to acknowledge that I know you've been doing it, and I know it hasn't been easy, but I want to say thank you and to show my appreciation. And yeah, one more time, I'm gonna say, just because they're saying they need it doesn't mean you have to provide it. If you're like, yep, I'm here.